Immigrants are here to stay!
You don't usually see protests outside the Supreme Court, but then this is no normal hearing. Brexit matters to people on both sides. Inside this building, all 11 justices of the Supreme Court must consider who has the power to decide how we leave the EU and trigger Article 50. Gina Miller brought the case last month and won. The High Court agreed the government couldn't do it without the approval of Parliament. It provoked such anger she received death threats. In a rare move before today's appeal by the government got underway, this warning from the President.
Anyone who communicates such threats or abuse should be aware that there are legal powers designed to ensure that access to the courts is available to everybody.
And so started the fight back. It's the government's case that Theresa May can use prerogative powers to trigger Article 50 by herself. Her lawyers say Parliament had their chance to have a say back when the referendum was called.
The triggering of Article 50, we say, will not be an exercise of prerogative power on a whim or out of a clear blue sky. It is the logical conclusion of a process in which Parliament has been fully and consciously involved, a process in which Parliament resolved to put a clear and decisive question.
This is an incredibly complex case and experts say it needs to be. We're in uncharted territory.
Article 50 has never been used. Obviously leaving the EU is a dramatic thing. The question of whether the government can leave the EU solely exercising its prerogative powers or whether Parliament has to approve that in legislation is simply a brand new and enormous legal question that's obviously never come up before in this country or any other country.
And it's playing out under the watchful eyes of voters.
Should totally have a vote, because at the end of the day it's not one woman that should have the control over it all.
Parliament should be able to vote because it's an important matter.
She should be allowed to push it through, I agree, because we've already voted, so everyone's done what they said they'd do.
At the end of the day, it was a referendum, right? The people decided what they want to do, so therefore, why should it be overruled?
The judges are considering this case knowing they have to distance themselves from the political storm surrounding Brexit. Some of them have come under scrutiny from the press on a level rarely seen before, but this is not a political judgment, but a legal one, and they have a duty to remain impartial.
The referendum was hardly mentioned in court today, but this is one of the most significant constitutional battles in recent history, and everyone knows Brexit is right at its heart.